to this video. I haven't made a video in a while. Been thinking about where to go next. You can see that this is a house that I'm redoing. This is what I do for my job. So here I am in this project, just getting started. We're gonna fix it up and make it a nice place. It's in the downtown area here. I want to look at the question of why people don't read anymore. First of all, is it even true that people don't read anymore? Not really. People read a lot of stuff, but it's a smaller group of people. It's the fans, and it's usually science fiction fans, horror, genre fiction, fantasy. That's really taken over kind of the market of readership, and there's less of a market for general fiction and writing that is more art, less like quick entertainment. That's very general, but it's also pretty true. And so, do people read anymore? Yes, they do, but it's a smaller group of people, and it's a narrower range of types of things that they're reading. So the question is, why is that? What's changed since really the early 20th century, the 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, people were reading a lot more, and then it's died back. Well, there's a lot of obvious reasons. Television coming out in 1960 and movies, although movies started sooner. Huge reason. We have stories and artists making great stuff for the screen, and they're not writing. And that takes a certain amount of the audience away from books. It's easier and takes less time and it's more visual. You get all the pictures and colors and everything. So that takes a lot of people away from reading books. So television and movies is a big reason why there are less of an audience for books. But does that have to be that way? Is it an obvious connection? I mean, why wouldn't people just do both? In some ways, movies and TV do replace or compete with what books offer, but not totally. A book is portable. A book can get more into detail and has more potential to get into ideas. Maybe if you have a character, there's more potential in a book in a shorter space and time frame to kind of analyze what's going on in that character's mind. Whereas on a movie screen, it's all about what they do and how they look. And so there's a limit to how analytical you can get and how much detail, psychological detail, you can pack in. It's more implied and inferred. So there's a lot of things that books can do that movies and TV don't do as well. So why would reading have died off to the extent it has, and that movies and TV taken over so much? Why wouldn't there be more of at least an equal footing between the two, or just both and instead of either or? And I was thinking this week about, I guess I've assumed that was a big reason, but I had an idea this week that there really is a deeper reason why reading has fallen off. And I think it's because reading, and I'm really meaning reading literature, reading fiction that's intended as art and as a statement on life and a deep spiritual intention, more than genre fiction, which is more kind of quick entertainment kind of thing. less deep issue oriented. A lot of times there's a lot of overlap, but in a general way, that's true. And I think the biggest reason why reading has fallen off so much in the last 75 years, and there's just less of a market for the publishers. Big publishing companies don't put out as much as they used to. There's not as much money there. They just don't sell as many books unless it's specific kinds, Harry Potter, that kind of something like that. I think the deepest reason is that what reading is about is a place you go as a reader that is, to read a book, you have to get in kind of a zen, calm state of mind. It's not just escapism. It's almost like meditation. You zone the world out. You sit for several hours at a time. It's just you and the words and your imagination. And you go to that different place, and it only really works when you have you can get to a deep, calm place, however you have to do it. Maybe you're very stressed out, but you just shut it all out, and you read, and you can separate yourself from the stress. Or maybe you have less stress to begin with, and you're just more in that kind of a place all the time. So you sit with this book. Maybe you're outside in a garden and you have quiet. You can concentrate. There's not a lot of distractions. What do we have today? We have nothing but distractions with the phones, but not just with the phones and the screens and everything. We have a world that is more chaotic, more crowded, louder. Most people live in cities or somewhere. The days are busier. Most people don't have a couple hours to just sit and feel peaceful enough to focus on a book and go where the book wants to take you, because it's a slower multi-hour process, and it takes quiet and detachment, but also work where you're putting your mind here and you're willing to think and explore and imagine. And I think we don't do that like we used to. We were losing that because the stress level is raised. We've got, people have job stresses, family stresses, the environment. You can get stressed about big world issues, the climate change, and all kinds of other political, economic crashes, and all this kind of stuff. And all that comes from the world basically being in a less Zen adjacent space. And I think that's why people don't read as much. They want to escape, but they don't have the ability to detach and escape, and then you focus and think in a positive way. It's more video game, which I love video games, but you're escaping where you don't think so much. You're just reacting physically. And you're thinking some, and a lot of them have great stories, but it's not the same as the focus level that goes into a book. And so for entertainment, we're escaping more to detach from the world and not think about it, whereas a book wants you to detach to think about it, to focus on some deeper issues and hopefully grow in a spiritual way, live experiences that are hard to wrap your mind around, and you wrap your mind around them, and your mind opens up to new things. So I think it's this lowered ability and desire that we have to get in that Zen focused meditative state that really is what reading is about. And that's why people don't read as much. And so I've been wondering if on this channel I could make some videos where I kind of demonstrate what reading is and just read on the video. Maybe read some classics and some other things to see if I can put myself in that kind of state and read and share it on a video so that you can watch and get a feel for what reading feels like. Because to really read a book and enjoy it, you have to slow everything down, focus on just that one thing, and kind of live this experience of the book in your imagination and through the words. And you have to focus on each word, and it's a slow and detailed thing. And it sounds like a lot of work, but if you've chilled out to that point, and it's a great place to be. It's a very healthy, healing place to be. It's not hard. It's just getting to that place is hard. And then you just enter into this and you live this book, and it can open worlds that are much more detailed and richer than any movie or show or game can. And so I'm going to make some videos where I do just read on camera and maybe kind of comment as I read a little bit, but mostly just read and see if anybody's interested in that experience of reading a book and kind of getting a feel. And there's nothing wrong with reading out loud. People used to do that much more than they even did in the 20th century. You know, people would have public readings and you would listen. So, check back soon and I will post some videos reading some great books and see if you are interested in tapping into that and getting a feeling. Maybe you want to go read some stuff on your own that you might not have, or maybe you just want to watch and listen. So thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out this house under construction, and we'll post some within the week, I hope, some reading videos. Peace out. Be good.